Hi there. So, I've been piecing some things together. So here's the thing. And it completely makes sense. It was like a week ago. I was doing what I normally do and being at peace in whatever way I find. And I really wanted to paint. And there was this part of me that wanted to paint, and it's like I couldn't bring myself to do it. So I had this like little talk, right, with my inner child. And mind you, some things happened between then and now that I think broke through, because I showed what it was that I was trying to explain to my inner child, trying to explain, really it's safe out here, like you can come out now. You don't have to hide. You don't have to be grown up. You can just, be, and enjoy that. And what I heard back was, oh, heck no, I don't trust you at all. The world that I've seen is not safe. And there are a lot of things that happened that made me feel unsafe. Like I identified that part, And mind you, I've been in this process, like I think a lot of the people that have received a lot of new information lately and made a lot of divine connections, and some don't even know they're making it. They just all of a sudden are standing stronger in their decisions, and they're not doing things they don't feel like doing. That's light codes, man. Anyway. It's really obvious that the child needs for your world that you're living in and creating and thinking and feeling about to emulate the opposite of what created the fear to begin with. So let's just say, and I think everybody has this one, like I've talked about in other videos, the abandonment trauma. You have to be comfortable in yourself. You have to really sit with yourself long enough to know that under any and all circumstances, no matter what's playing on around you, you're never abandoned, because you're at one with something. Feel that inside. You don't have to connect it to it being a fragment of God. Just point out the things that are beautiful about you and focus on those things and the things that you love to do, and then sit and chill and wait for your reflections to appear. And when you see the ones that bring forth that energy that is stuck within you from those abandonment traumas or fear traumas, all sorts of different ones can be put into that place. But whatever it is will be emulated in your life. So when that not so good feeling pops up, you can understand that it's the inner child, which is your subconscious, which remembers everything from this lifetime and all others, and the traumas that were carried, especially in, your lifetimes, so to speak. Not really attaching it to the grand scheme of things, but again, as above, so below, macro, micro, within and without, the whole schmeal. And I see unequivocally that in the last few weeks especially, but definitely in the last month, I even had somebody die in my house, for goodness sakes, because I guess they were just going to keep on keeping on with what they were doing, despite the wisdom that they did have and the gift that they knew it was. But I do know that they made that choice at a soul level and must have come to enough conclusions that their soul decided that this was a good exit point. But the things in my life that I've noticed, and the Holy Spirit that dwells within me, and the God that is always awake, can see very clearly. And I have so much love because I know it's me, and there's no need for me to react. I might have to get direct at times and speak my truth without fear, which is pretty effortless at this point. But to see that the people in my lives were duplicating that in one way or many, and some even had, you know, the most beautiful disguise. And I hate to even use that word because it's not like the person knows that they're running a subconscious program and not only living in their trauma bond, but enhancing yours because you asked for it from a soul level. And they might even be there to help you and do all these things. And for people like me who are blind and was broken, I am almost completely healed at this point because I've been in my own space long enough to realize that I just keep picking up other people's stuff, other aspects of me, and for good reasons. I'm willing to do that because I want to see myself. If I manifest it in my reality, it's mine. I own it. I want to see what it's got for me. I want to unwrap that gold. I want to make jewelry out of it that I can wear and shine on with. But there are, I've noticed in every single aspect of my life, I have collapsed the timelines, if you will, or cut through the entanglements of the bonds that were keeping me tied to everybody in my life, pretty much. And that's okay, because that's a part of what's going on. I was blessed to receive a plethora of traumatic experiences that could be put into many novels. I don't know if I'd waste my time with all that, but there are certain stories I wish to share someday. But I was able to see, and it took, I'm 44 years old. It's taken me a minute to identify the patterns and see how I've created each and every scenario from that soul level of trauma, which is why, like, most of us feel at one point or another, we're like, why does this certain thing keep happening? Why is there this loop? Why do I feel like I've been doing this for a lot more than just now? Because, those of you that have your heart open can feel the depth of pain attached to feeling abandoned and rejected and unseen and left to do everything on your own, whether you can do it or not, It's just life-altering. And so I'm sure you guys recognized, maybe some of you, if you are also a Facebook person for me, which most of my subscribers probably are, I'm painting, I'm writing, I'm making these videos. I couldn't do any of this while I was stuck in the trauma bond. And the deeply, braided traumas that were all entwined together and really just delivering the same message over and over again. Even the things that I held higher than anything in this timeline turned out to just be saying the same thing. And what a gift from that aspect of God to show me what I hold inside and to know that that's what's going on here. And you can stay stuck here. There's reasons in which they've designed this. But if you can design responsibly and you can create from your heart and not from a place of greed and gluttony, then I feel that in my heart, that's a good thing. And even those that wouldn't normally want us to know what I know would see it as a good thing too. I mean, it's only common sense that, those of us that know at the level that I do aren't going to create harm with what they know. And they're going to leave pathways of goodness and clarity. All I know is that I'm just going to keep on keeping on, doing what my heart calls me to do. because that's what feels good. That's what I love doing. I've never loved doing anything more than connecting the dots and talking to my reflections that bring forth the wisdom that somehow or another I had put together right before or many years before meeting them. You know, there's no such thing as coincidence. This world is a magical, magical place. And when you're fully in it, it's just effortless. You accomplish everything by doing nothing at all. I love you guys.